Hello, everyone. My name is Rishikesh Nare. We welcome you to our special series, The Economic Times Cutting Chai Stories, an initiative by ETH. And before we begin, let me set the context right. The key to cutting chai conversations is to have a good discussion around the areas of your early life: education to grooming, training, business sense, skill augmentation to work life balance. It is a series of candid conversations where we take you through the inspirational journeys of influential people. You have seen these personalities in your corporate world, but we are taking them away from the boardroom drama for some time to have some candid conversations. So today we have with us Mr. Hitesh Chaturvedi, Head IT and Infrastructure, Extramark Education. Hitesh, thank you so much. Thanks for being here, and thank you for your valuable time because I know it is very difficult nowadays to find a time where you don't talk business. Maybe you talk about your personal life. So it's a
Right.
very important thing for us. So thank you so much. Thank you for that.
So pleasure is mine, and it's good to be here.
Sure. So we directly jump into all the conversations that everybody is eagerly waiting for. So let's begin with your early life. So just brief us about your early life. How was your schooling like? Any instances that you recall, you remember that help you to inspire yourself?
Sir, my life is very simple. It started on a note that I always wanted to help people to solve out their problems. So once I did my schooling, I joined my college and I joined NSS, that is a National Social Service Scheme, and I completed their diploma as well. After doing that, I thought of becoming a doctor also, so that I can again solve their problems. But because of some financial issues, I was not able to do that. Then I tried to become an army officer. I even cleared 7 SSB interviews, but I somehow I could not make it to the merit. Then I decided to be in the field of computers, and then again my goal was same, to solve people's problem and provide them solutions. So this is how it started, and then I kept on moving from cities to cities. I kept on doing certain certifications for myself, and finally I land up into the city Gurgaon, where I started my first formal job as a data entry operator, and I kept on moving the different ladders, and I end up becoming a head IT with Extra Mass Education India today. So it's a very simple
Oh,
journey over the 17 years now.
I mean, again, I will say that thank you for your modesty. I mean, it's a simple journey for you, but what all you have faced, throughout these years and become what you are today. So let me, just get into finer details of your college education. So when did you start? I mean, I guess after 10th, you started your further education with a simple degree, and then you had so many things. I mean, I read about you where you wanted to get into an army, you cleared few exams, then maybe you moved towards different trajectory altogether. But the core thought behind all these activities, all
Yeah.
these things that you've initiated, you wanted to help people. And if you talk about helping people or solving their problems, the entire Silicon Valley is based on that. I mean, they've just helped people solving their problems, and they came up with apps, and they're ruling the world right now. So just I wanted you to elaborate on that part.
So my story is completely different. I started my BSc with biology, which is not maths or physics science. Then I did my MSc in botany, and from there I started my career to I started learning software development. But I end up doing the IT infra and services part. So this is a very challenging sort of keep on challenging sort of journey for me, and even I did a lot of odd jobs during that particular period. I distributed newspapers. I worked for the tuition centers. I worked for, as I told you, that I worked as a data center entry operator as well. So this is how it is. And it was very challenging to coming from a Hindi medium background, and I could only show the computer when I was doing my MSc. So till the time I could not see a computer, I used to read only. There was a computer which was called a Sanganak in Hindi. So I only saw their pictures, and I end up become a IT guy then now. So it was like double challenge for me, from language point of view and from the technical point of view as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think in our initial conversation, I also, heard that you were a hardware engineer, used to visit people and
Right.
visit their houses and fix their computer. And I heard about things, and I worked in same hardware field as well. And we heard those stories where people were saying that my DVD-ROM is not working,
That's
and
right.
it's just a simple connector issue. But there are so many stories. So do you have any stories like that in your initial days that you have very?
Yes, you're right, sir. As I told you that I started learning software development. So I learned the software development for 1.5 years. Even I completed my software development diploma. But during the diploma, I was attracted towards the hardware guys. So I learned how to install OS, how to connect hardware, how to change parts. So that time was a very difficult time earlier also, but I was enjoying that also because I was the only guy who knew about the computers that time. I mean, there were very less guys. So people there are lot of ex judges, ex army officers. They used to pick me up from my home in driving in their cars and to their houses to repair their computers. They used to give me a good money as well and lot of respect. So it was like really good. I mean, it's like that.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that you little got confused in your hobbies and interests. Maybe you thought that's your professional preference, but actually that was your hobby, that was your
Yep.
interest. Any
Right.
other than fixing up computer, and it's a very small term, but other than fixing up computers, do you have any other interests that you indulge into?
So, I mean, other than computers, I mean, this is what I've been because as I told you that I'm from a very rural background and I come from a Hindi medium background. So, my only aim was to learn more things. So, I used to read the help available on the software, the other things. So, my only passion was to do the computers. And beside that, I also like playing chess as well. So, there are two things. So, I used to play chess on computer itself. So, sometimes I also win. It's not like that.
Yeah, I mean, that's a very interesting part where you play chess with your computer, and computer knows it all. And when you beat your computer, you feel like you're smarter than computer. And that's
So that time
n-
I felt like a superhero that I am something that I can beat
yeah,
computer as well.
yeah. Maybe that machine of yours gave you confidence. That you can, if you can beat me, yes, you're on the right path, and you can go ahead. Just if we go back to our conversation, you mentioned about uh, you had your studies from Hindi medium. Uh, has that affected you in any way, or that helped you? Because it's a very debatable topic that whether you
Right.
ask your children to get into a proper vernacular medium or should they go for the English medium. But does that any negative impact on you, or you feel that maybe your thoughts had better projection when you learned your all your skills, all your education in your mother tongue?
No. It was that time. It was challenging because that was no Google, no YouTube, nothing was available. Right.
Right.
So it was double challenge that you come from that background. But I started learning English and I enjoyed it very well. I mean, still I'm learning. I'm not that good, but still I'm learning that English and it helped me. I mean, to understand a lot of people's view. And since when the technology essentially started, like YouTube, Facebook, other things started coming in, it helped us. So by that time, I was doing everything on my own. There wasn't anything available in the ground for training or something like that.
Oh, I mean, that is again challenging, but definitely you talk very well. I mean, don't say that I'm still learning. Of course, we all are learning, but
Yep.
look at you, when you're talking very confidently. Here, I'm sweating if you see that
No,
because
no, no, it's not like that. But it
language.
helped me, sir. It helped me, sir, because I was the only guy who could speak certain words of English among the other IT guys. So I always had this advantage. Ask Hitesh, he will write an email. I used to write email for my managers also. Right. So
Oh,
it was like
that's
good.
great.
Yeah.
But look at you, when you're here today, you've achieved something and you're having a conversation, I mean, that will inspire so many people. So when we talk about the inspiration part, we all have role models, we all have someone to look up to.
Right.
We have real life heroes and real life heroes. So is there any inspiration that you got from any real life hero? Maybe, it could be a simple guy who is working in an office, but maybe, people inspire us in many ways.
So, I mean, for me, there are two people who inspired me a lot. One is our Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi. He was doing very small jobs and he became the Prime Minister of India. At the same time, I also admire Mr. Abdul Kalam Azad. After
Great.
achieving so many things, he was a so simple and down to earth guy that he always made us that nothing is humiliating in this world. You can do any small job, whether you are at a very higher position or at a lower position. So I still do a lot of technical job which other managers or maybe leaders don't want to do. So the small stuff I can do that. So that's not an issue because I feel that it is my job like that.
Right. And since you're leading a team of, so many people, there is one part where you can assist them in terms of, technical knowledge. You can help
Yep.
them solve the problems. But there's another angle, that's the leadership role. That's a completely different spectrum altogether. How do you manage that? I mean, when it comes to leadership, do you look up to someone, or have you learned something from anybody else, or what is your leadership mantra?
Sir, my leadership mantra is very simple. If you help your team members, they will help you to go up in the ladder. This is very simple. So I kept on sharing my knowledge. I kept on doing some trainings for them. I arrange even paid trainings so they can appraise their levels. Once they are appraising their knowledge level, their skill set, my skill set will be automatically appraised because I'll be free from those responsibilities. So it is like pulling people up. That's it.
I mean, again, another insight, and this again, you've shown that simplicity part. You help people grow, and eventually you grow, and it's
Yeah.
very simple formula of leadership. Many leaders, they don't have this, but yeah, it's a very valid point that you mentioned about. Any colleague of yours, maybe junior, someone who's reporting into you, and maybe any incident that you remember that actually that person helped you and you were in shock that oh, I couldn't do it, but this person helped me to do it. Any instances that you remember?
Yeah, when I joined one of my companies, which was Syscom, there was a director of the company. At that time, I was only the assistant manager. There were other 300 managers in that company. There were a lot of vice presidents, and were there. And when I visited his home for certain purpose, so I asked him for some, sir, I need some water. But he used to have a lot of servants also. But he went to the kitchen and he, brought this stuff and he gave me an. It was like very surprising. He said, "It is nothing. I mean, they are busy with their work. If I am free, I can help someone like that." So it's like the people at director level are doing this, for their juniors, and then it is our responsibilities to do certain small things to other our juniors as well. So this is how it is.
Oh,
And
that's
he is
brilliant.
still
I mean,
in touch with me. Is Mr. Alok Mukherjee. He's director of Smart Chief System. Yeah.
I love the fact that you have this clarity throughout your thoughts. There is you're not contemplating anywhere. You're pretty much clear. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. You follow the process, and you get what you want. And since you're leading an IT department in a very sensitive environment, which is education. So how do you manage the work-life balance? Because there are many other players are doing, the competition is fierce. Then how do you manage that pressure with your work-life balance? Maybe, how do you manage your family? Because I think I was having conversation in an earlier interview. So again, the guest, he was mentioning about the fact that, I used to, make sure that, my family, my wife, my kids, I give them enough time, and at the same time I look after my office as well. So how do you manage that?
See, sir, I always believed that IT teams can, contribute in business like any other teams, and Corona time has proved it. So this was one of the examples, right? And they helped the continuity of the business. In the same way, I am the colleague that everybody wants to know, but nobody wants to be like that because it's a 24/7 job to keep all the IT and other infra up and available. So whenever I free, I am at home. I play with my kid who's 13 years old, and I mean spending some quality time with them. But it is very rare because all of the time, I mean, there are a lot of things which keep on coming, and I have to be on the toes always. So this is how it is. It's very tough job, but it is very enjoying also that people know that yes, he's the guy you can call him at any time, and then he'll get it done like that. So yes, yeah, it is like that.
That's brilliant. So you play with your kid. I mean, I'm sure that you must have learned something from your kid as well. I mean, you're kind of a guy who will pick out everything which is available out there to learn. You will not miss an opportunity. So anything that your kid, actually, because definitely you're into IT, so he cannot, he cannot overpower you with his knowledge about mobiles, because he will say, "Oh, I know it." But
No, it is not like that.
it's
So
not like that. Okay.
he proved me wrong always. I mean, he proved that he's superior to me always. So I kept, or rather, restricted him for a lot of things on mobile or laptop devices by doing some software and other restriction. But he broke everything. So he proved
Oh,
me wrong that he's truly my son, that he's going to do something into that also. So every time I see my mobile and I see his activities, he somehow he broke it. So it is a
oh,
challenge for me also. So it's like that. So I've
I mean,
learned that
one,
he kept on learning that how to break this new security. So I've been implementing a lot of security for him. I am controlling my employees, but I was not able to control my kid. It's like that.
yeah, I mean, that could be, I mean, that's an internal competition that you face,
Yeah,
we
it is. Yeah,
always keep, I mean, that, if you have to come up with something very innovative, otherwise he's going to crack it.
yeah, he does, and he shows me also that Papa, I did this. Now you have to change it. So
That's
I kept a restriction on the screen hours that you cannot play more than 2 hours on mobile
right.
or maybe laptop. But he plays for 5-6 hours easily after cracking those stuff. So this is how it is. So he's very challenging for me also.
Oh, that's very sweet. And again, internal competition, makes you stronger. I mean, another point that I would want to talk about is, if not IT professional, what Hitesh could have done, differently today. Maybe,
So
what field you could have gone to.
so as I told you that I wanted to be a medical person, but somehow I was not able to do it. Then I wanted to be army officer. I cleared all the written exams, even the level 1, level 2 interviews as well. So I wanted to be an army officer again. I mean, it was like that.
Oh,
So this, yeah.
exactly. I mean, very
And
interesting.
see, the very interesting fact is that we were 3 friends, and all of us wanted to be an army officer. Two of us are already army officers. One is captain, one is major, and I was the only guy. They used to say that you will be selected and we will be rejected. So they were selected, I was rejected, something like that.
Yeah. I mean, that happens all the time. And वो कहते हैं ना, you've seen that movie, right? कि यार, when we do bad, we feel bad, but when our friends they do it well, we feel more bad.
Right,
So
right, right, right.
yeah. Again, you mentioned about the defense part of it. I mean, you had your inclinations towards that particular field, uh, and lot of technology, lot of improvements happening every day when it comes to your defense technology.
Yeah.
If given a chance, and if someone asks you that, don't worry about the funding, and if you have all the resources, what idea, what innovation that you would want to bring in defense industry, and not for this country, I mean for the globe.
Sir, I mean, one of the things which I liked very much, because I've been giving trainings to my team members. So I always wanted to teach. In fact, I said yes to one of the job which was half paid to me in a college. That they said that you will also have a chance to teach the security, cyber security and other fundamentals. So I said yes to them also. Somehow they denied after that. So I always wanted to teach. So if I have something unlimited, I will definitely opens up some startup in education only.
Education, I mean, any field, but education somewhere people where they
So, but
learn.
it will not be a traditional one like the Byju's or my company is doing. It is going to be a very specialized education into the field of cybersecurity or the new technology which are coming in, like that.
Exactly. I mean, it's a very again, security, defense, IT. It's a very complex model, and
Because
every day there
nowadays
are.
cyber criminals are on hike, and a lot of people are being tricked into the cyber crimes. So I wanted to educate people. I want to make them aware of certain things. So this is how I wanted to do something for them also. I've
I,
seen
I
people
mean,
are being fraud. Yeah.
right. This part, that you wanted to help the society. And that runs across, and whatever you do, it's going to be inspirational. I mean, wherever you go, you lead your life. It is going to be very inspirational for the young guys who are out there, and if they contribute, if they have this thought in their mind, and it is going to help our country, and maybe why we should restrict to our country, maybe to the
Right,
society.
right, right.
Right. I mean, I find it very very difficult to have that perspective, because when you have something in your mind, so you wanted to become a doctor, and then you have that thought always in your mind कि यार मुझे डॉक्टर बनना था, लेकिन मैं ये कर रहा हूँ, ये कर रहा हूँ, ये कर रहा हूँ, but this is not getting reflected anywhere. You're happy, you're content, you're just perfect. Uh,
So
where do you
basically,
get this form?
I always follow the flow. So I'll always go with the flow. So I don't resist life. Life is giving me certain challenges and giving me some path. I'll take those paths. So this is how it is. Very simple. I kept it.
So before we move on to another segment, one question, and I always ask this question to every single guest, and I get very good insights and which are helpful for our viewers as well. Um, just imagine one person right now in his 20s, maybe working in IT field. What mantra or what message that you want to give? I mean, just one liner that maybe if that person can follow that path, he's going to get success.
I'll say then that don't stuck for the salary. Just go for your dreams only. Learn and go for that. So I've seen most of the people, they just get into stuck, cycle of salary, and they don't want to, do something they are really good at, or maybe they want to do. So they get into that cycle of then getting some money, and then just they keep just drop the idea of being something else. So I ask them that please don't get into that cycle. If you have time, take your time, but get into the field where you want to be, where you can more contribute towards society and yourself.
Right. You mean to say that money can't be the driving force
Right.
of anything. I mean, your passion.
It will be there. You should not be, once you achieve something in your field, money will always follow. But don't get into early trap of only the money part. That is the thing.
We're extremely happy to, hear that perspective from you, because very few people would say that, people say that you grow, you earn money, but a very sustainable way of progressing,
Right.
you just mentioned. So that was Hitesh Chaturvedi for you guys. His modesty will make you think twice about your next public appearance. His childhood dream was simple: to help our society grow. Hitesh, your simplicity will take you places for sure. And again, thank you so much. Thanks for your time.